My name is Cristalee. I've been a member of Harvest City Church for 20 years, and this is my story and how I'm living my call. I was raised on a grain farm an hour outside of Regina. I'm the oldest of 6 kids, the first Christian in my family. When I was a teenager, my dad had a friend, Martin, who would come, randomly come over and sit at the kitchen table with Dad and talk about the gospel. I would be in the living room pretending to watch TV, and actually I'd be listening to Martin, and I would just be soaking up what he said. It was all new to me, and it all made sense, and it was just powerful and truth. There was no Christian church down there. We had no Christian friends, so I just sort of lived life. One thing led to another over the years, and I was turning to alcohol a lot. I was living without purpose, I think. I think that was what I was drowning out or trying to. But you can't forget what God wants you to learn, right? And so I always had it in here about how to get to heaven. So I called my dad one Saturday and I said, Dad, call Martin. I want to go to church. I don't know, I have no idea where to go in Regina. So Martin suggested Harvest City Church. So the next day I went, and Pastor Dave was preaching, and I don't know what he was preaching on, but at the end he gave the salvation message. And so I said it, of course, and I meant it. I remember driving home that day, I'm just waiting, I'm supposed to be a different person here, I'm not sure, something should be happening. Nothing changed except my heart. I feel like it was extra sensitive. I just started going to Bible studies. I would do Bible studies for my family. I would go to the farm, I would write a Bible study out and go to the farm. They would all come, they would listen, they were hungry, I was crying out for their salvation. And so anyway, one by one, they all came to God. And so did Tori, my fiance. So eventually Tori and I got married and we started a family. We have 3 beautiful children, Georgia, Grace, and Wesley. And we also have an extra special girl who we welcomed into our family a few years ago. So my calling right now is to be a godly mom and foster mom. Before we had kids, we were actually given a prophetic word. Something on the lines of, God may give you a significantly challenging child, but he would be with us through it, and we would have to go through what he had planned with that child involved to make sense of the rest of our lives. Grace is our middle child, and she was born with Down syndrome. I didn't realize until she was born that I was trying to live a perfect life, I guess. I remember being brokenhearted, going through all that stuff, but I don't ever remember being mad. And so to love the imperfect was easy to me because it was my daughter, right? As my heart healed, it also grew, which was necessary. On top of what I learned about Down syndrome, there was a speaker that came to church a few years ago, and she had an amazing testimony that I feel like it sparked a few families within our church to become foster parents or adoptive parents. And so we are one of those families who decided to go down that road. Tori and I took the courses that we needed to take through the government to become adoptive parents. We got put on the wait list, and it's the same course that foster parents need to take, to potential foster parents. I thought there was 20 kids in foster care in Saskatchewan, but I was way off. So we came home and we're on the wait list, happy, and we look at each other and we say, we have to do something. We can't not do, we have to be foster parents. And so we decided to be foster parents while we wait for the adoption call. Before our first foster child came, I had a vision. We have a staircase in our house and you can go all around it, in circles. So my vision was little and big kids, no faces, which was a little odd, I thought, but they all had a smile. And they were running around the staircase, chasing each other, laughing. And I thought, okay, that's weird, but I don't know, So I can tell you, every single child, I think we had over 20 so far that we've taken care of. Every single child has ran around that staircase and smiled. That vision to me is a constant reminder of how God speaks to me and how he reassures me that I'm on the right path. I'll never know the extent of the fruit that comes out of what I do. I know that it's a lot, and it's not because I'm awesome. It's because God is awesome, and his plans are way bigger than my plans. My boy has had visions. He can't describe what he goes through, what he sees, what he experiences, except for with tears, right? That doesn't just happen. My foster daughter brings notebooks to me and asks me to write scriptures so she can rewrite them and memorize them. That doesn't just happen, especially when she is not brought up, right, in the church at all. And my 16-year-old Georgia, she's had a friend that just got baptized here at church a couple weeks ago. The first Christian in a non-church going family. Like, that doesn't just happen. And Grace having Down syndrome, like, it might not have been the ideal situation back then, but it's for a reason. Every seed planted is equally important to him, and I don't have to figure things out, I just have to do. If someone would ask me how to live their call or where they should start, I would just say to them, just ask God what he wants you to do and start somewhere. I'm not a fancy preacher, I'm not a Bible scholar, I'm just Cristalee, and I chose to let God speak to me, and I chose to let me be a vessel for him.